What we do here is go back.
Anyway, on to the next game. Sheffield versus West Ham,
Oh,
or the Scum,
yeah.
as Arnie calls them. And I call them, to be fair. So,
We both call a bit.
exactly.
Oh, who wants to dissect this one first?
Well, I think, yeah, so Ben said 1-1. It was 1-0 to West Ham in the end. I said 3-1 and you said 2-1 to West Ham. So,
Yeah.
obviously, again,
McGoldrick hit the woodwork, I think, as well. So I'm getting close with a couple, but it's just
you can't, that's not how football
I'm
works,
just
mate.
saying. I'm just saying I'm getting close, but it's just not happening. It's not happening this week.
You're saying the
But yeah, no,
universe is against you.
I think Sheffield look like they haven't got anything going forward.
I was
Yeah.
literally just about to say
Yeah.
that.
I think
Go on.
the problem is they're losing Henderson is a big loss, and then say O'Connell was injured. Is it O'Connell or Egan? I think O'Connell's injured, and
Yeah.
then it's pushed Ender Stevens into centre back. It's not his natural position, and then Stevens up and down the left, and then you're thinking, is the front line as good as when Mousset was there? Probably not. So I think they are going to struggle this year unless they change something.
I agree.
We were having this debate the other day, me, Ben, and Kieran, and we said Sheffield United don't have any defensive midfielders, so they can't really. Do you know what I mean? There's no defensive.
proper-
They're all
yeah.
quite attacking, and do you know what I mean? They're not. I don't think their strike forces. I think last year they overperformed. I'm going to put it out there. I think
Yeah.
they overperformed.
Well, yeah, 100%. I think they had a good first season. They're struggling to find that. I think they're one of the teams that have been massively affected by no fans. I think that is affected them quite a
Definitely.
lot.
Yeah. They've got the old cliche, haven't they? The second season syndrome all the time.
Yeah.
Like every game they go into, they look all right, but you always think now this year they're not gonna win.
Yeah.
They do,
Yeah.
didn't they? They've been absolute shifting against West Ham. But
To be
couldn't
fair,
score.
don't like to say it, but West Ham look quite good this year.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
had their
Haller scored a
moments.
banger.
They've had their moments.
That was a
Haller,
strike from Hilaire, to be
yeah,
fair.
definitely.
Even when they nicked that point against Spurs, to be fair, I think they've got the camaraderie now. Whereas,
I have to
not
say,
saying they didn't, but
a little bit lucky from them, but it was a
To be
depressing
fair,
time.
they've had so many good results this year that I don't think that they're a bad team. I think they beat Wolves and Leicester convincingly.
Yeah,
that was a performance
I
against
think a
Leicester.
lot of people underrated them as well.
They did well against City. Did well against Spurs.
To be fair,
Everyone slags them off because of their owner and David Moyes, but I think they're doing all right. To be fair.
Moisey
Yeah.
for the title.
Talking about Leicester, yeah, we'll move on. Liverpool versus Leicester was a big game.
And I was the only one to get this one
Yeah,
the team correct
I'm
because you guys thought
embarrassed by
Leicester.
this scoreline. I think it was a bit of a naive choice. I saw the headlines, I saw the injuries, and I went.
Yeah,
And
we
I
both
went with
fell
that.
for it.
Yeah, I think looking back at it, when you think about it, Liverpool have still got a much better team than Leicester, even with all those injuries. Also, I do think Leicester, although they are where they are, there's some games I've seen them this season. I thought they've been a bit meh, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Against
Seems
Wolves,
to be against
they
the
went
big
great.
teams.
Yeah, 100%.
Like they beat City, didn't they? But then one week they look decent, and then the next week they look like this basically.
Yeah.
One
I'm not
minute
taking
they
anything away from Liverpool's performance, but I do
Yeah,
think
exactly.
it shows a bit more about Leicester. I do think it's big game for Liverpool considering they won it 3-0. But I do think this shows a bit about Leicester and what they're actually about in these sorts of games.
I'm not sure about Leicester this year. People were talk about them. I think they'll be lucky to get top four. I'm gonna say it
Yeah, it'll be a hard push because there's a lot of good teams for that fight for that top four.
I think they'll be lucky to get top six.
because they get top four, then they get European football, and then they just completely bottle everything, don't they? Like
Yeah,
it's too much for them. The squad's not big enough.
I agree.
I think they struggle to get top six
I can see
I mean,
that.
because
y-
I think the top four are almost kind of emerging a little bit. Like we know Liverpool will be up there; they won't not get top four. I can't see
Yeah.
Tottenham or Chelsea not getting top four, and then that leaves City. I can't see them not getting top four. So then they'd have to displace one of them teams.
Then you've got Man United, who are probably going to make a good push.
United
At
always
some
have a good
point.
run.
Yeah,
last few games they always push.
Yeah,
If
so-
Arsenal get rid of Arteta, maybe can you get a good run?
no, they're finishing 10th, though.
Southampton and Villa still up there. They could cause an upset for top six. You never
I
know.
want Villa to do it just because. Why not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Just
would
'cause
be
it's something
brilliant.
different.
Although they've already
I
had a
remember
few
the-
games where you go, yeah, this ain't happening. The dream
I
stop,
remember
boys.
the old school. I remember the old school Villa when they were finishing fourth in the Prem.
Yeah,
Do you remember them
that
days?
was back
Ashley
in the
Young,
day, yeah.
Bit
yeah,
of
Ashley Young,
That's like
Milner,
Carew up
Liverpool
top.
life.
Carew up top was a big player.
I remember
Agbon
playing
Lahore
against
and
Ep1P2.
Carew.
Yeah,
What a strike force.
Bit
that
of
was.
nostalgia there. Bit of nostalgia.
But yeah, I
Then
think
we got.
Didn't you?
Go on.
Oh, I was going to say, I was referring back to the Liverpool Leicester game. I think that Liverpool, it shows, they've still got unbelievable amounts of attacking prowess even when they don't have Salah in the team. I think the mentality in the squad is 100%. Klopp's 100% instilled it in all of the players, even if they're like youth
Definitely.
players, I guess. Because
Even the new ones,
yeah, they
like
just 100%.
everyone, he just morale boost around everywhere. Any everyone comes in and they've all got the togetherness.
Yeah.
I
What was your
just
opinion,
think-
Ben, on this Liverpool game?
My
Yeah.
opinion on the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch much of the game. I just saw the goals. But I think that I think Leicester are always going to be pretty inconsistent. Is probably the best word. Because the way they play, they leave themselves quite open to teams like Liverpool. They kind of played into Liverpool's hands at times.
Could you not say that Liverpool could also get found out this season in terms of their defence? Like the defence, I feel in games like this, that you might not see it, but it's over a long season when you start to notice the effects of not having Van Dijk.
Well, I think Van Dijk's the only real loss. Like Trent Alexander-Arnold's a bit of a loss, but then you look at James Milner. I think defensively, probably as good as Trent. Going
Can he
forward,
do it for?
more energy than Trent. So it's not a big loss losing Trent. I don't think that Gomez is a huge loss because Matip's a decent replacement and Fabinho can do a job. But I think I don't. Obviously, they're not going to do as well as last season or the season before. But I don't think they're going to need to do that much to do well this season because I don't think City are going to do that well. I don't think Tottenham are going to get like 95 points.
Yeah.
So I think as long as they can stay fairly consistent, like how they are, because this is their rough patch basically. They've had lots of players out, a couple of bad results. This is their bad run. Like they've still
Yeah,
got a good run
yeah.
in them, and I do think that they're the team to beat this year.
Going
They're
back
the
to
team
that
to beat every
point about European football, I think with them as well, because of all their injuries, they've got cup games, European football, Premier League as well. I mean, Van Dijk, he probably isn't going to be back till the end of the season. But how are they going to cope with the rigorous season? Do you know what I mean? The calendar. So it's not going to do them any favours with all their injuries.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
good point. Yeah.
knowing Klopp, he would just play like the under 10s and
That's what he
leave
did.
his team
That's
out.
what he did last year in the Cubs, didn't he?
Literally he played like his under 10s against the non-league team.
Love a
Anyway,
bit of
let's
Shaqiri.
keep moving on because I haven't got much time before I've got to shoot off.
Leeds Arsenal next.
That
We
was
won't go too much into
I-
detail.
yeah,
because of
that
the
was
score.
I obviously predicted that one. Another game I predicted. It was a simple one to predict.
I'm
Arsenal.
just going
You
to
got
say,
that
guys,
spot
I
on.
forgot to put that on the infographic thing. So That's that's another one that Kieran got. So Kieran actually you did get 5 out of it.
I
Yeah,
got 5.
sorry.
God.
Sorry
I
about that.
predicted 1-1, so I got the draw bit right, but not the score. And I
Yeah,
think
and
Ben,
I got on 2-2, but
We all went for a draw. So that's I mean, there's not really much to say about this other than Pepe's a fraud. 70
as soon as it
million
hit, as
wasted
soon as the
money.
red card happened, you just knew. You knew it was
Yeah.
going to 0-0.
Yeah,
idiotic
Uh,
from Pepe, wasn't it?
yeah. Let his whole team down.
No need to do it really. He could have literally have, like, as soon as you move the head, you could like square up to him, but as soon as the head moves,
Yeah.
you're always in
Yeah.
trouble. Stupid.
Bit silly from him.
Next one, we've got
Silly frog.
arguably the most boringest game, Burnley Palace.
Yeah, no, that is. There's not much to say.
Sean versus Roy.
There's really not much to say.
I
is there?
suffered that. I sat through it all
Yeah.
90 minutes of it.
Again, another prediction I got right.
Hold on, Kieran. That's that was the fourth one.
I think I remember saying that they're going to get the season started eventually, and this was the game.
The
And
goal was a typical Burnley goal. Ball over the top, Chris Wood tapping. That's literally
Yeah,
typical
Yeah.
Burnley.
but I think you can't judge Burnley off this game completely because I think Palace, like makes Palace tick, and without Zaha, you look at Palace's team and Bashuai and
yeah, I suppose.
are you up front? They're not dangerous enough to cause too much, especially for a Burnley defense. Like kind of just sit deep.
I suppose
Like,
it's
Yeah,
Bash-
Palace look nothing special at all.
similar to
Yeah.
Everton without when they don't have Richarlison. As soon as
They miss a bit
Richarlison's
of
back in the
Zaha, a
squad,
bit of Shazam.
yeah,
Even Eze didn't look great either. I thought he'd grab the game by the scruff of the neck, but he didn't even.
Players
barely
like
did
him
anything.
though, a Turf Moor, they never do well.
True,
Yeah.
true.
I
Especially
remember
crowd
watching
have been
Todd Cantwell last year at Turf Moor, just got absolutely snapped like every time he got the ball.
such Brexit FC in there.
Especially with the crowd. I think it's even tougher with the crowd.
Yeah,
Pocketed by Phil Bardsley.
The Burnley fans, they're a passionate bunch. Let's
yeah,
say that.
to say the least. Yeah,
And it's cold up there as well, to be fair, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, cold in the North Pole.
all right. Well, Wolves, Wolves versus Southampton is the next one, the final one. Another game
It's the final.
I predicted right. Arnie predicted this one right as well, by the way. He went for a
Yeah,
1-1.
that was Arnie's only prediction correct.
Yeah, the only one.
Kieran
Yeah.
managed 5
5 correct
Kieran
scores.
done well, to be fair.
5 correct scores, and then 8 correct teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm about.
And I got 0 correct scores, but I did say that Liverpool were going to win. So who's the real winner?
Big pressure on Kieran next week. Can he live up
Yeah.
to the?
Yeah. Kieran goes into the game week 10 as the leader.
That's the victor.
True.
Yeah.
We need a reward at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? Whoever finished top, we need an incentive.
That is. What could it be?
Nothing too big, but leave in the comments what you think the
Brilliant.
reward should be.
Get them involved. The people.
Get in the comments. Let us know what you think the reward should be. Nothing too expensive, please.
Yeah.
But
unless you'll pay it, of course.
yeah, unless someone wants to donate something, then feel free.
I suppose we should have a quick run through the Wolves Southampton game. It was typical. Really,
True.
I think they're both fairly similar in terms of level of ability. I think, to be fair to Southampton, they didn't have Danny Ings, so they did well. Ben made a prediction about Walcott doing nothing. Turns out he scored. So, swings and roundabouts.
I'm going to put it out there. At Neto, I predict big things for him within a few years. I'm not going to
Well,
say how
Neto-
big.
Not
I'm
gonna
going to say
how
big things. I'm not going to give a level, but he'll do good things, I reckon.
I
Big
do
things in
love
the championship.
Fornelli.
Top goal scorer of the championship.
Yeah.
Along with my Birmingham prediction, a couple of years Birmingham would be up under Karanka. Couple of years.
Pedro Neto will get the golden boot as Birmingham get promoted.
Or Birmingham. Well, on that
Well-
note, I suppose.
I saw an article the other day that said Ronaldo's going to go to Wolves because he's got the same
Oh, yeah, I
agent.
saw that.
That's just not going to happen, is it?
It's the Portuguese link.
Be funny if he did. Imagine that. The whole team's just Portuguese with Ronaldo. Be class, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Their third kit looks like the Portuguese kit, doesn't it? The red and green one.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that they must have copied it. They must have gone, oh no, look at
They
us.
literally must have thought, oh, we'll just stick it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Similar,
100%,
innit? Similar.
100%.
What do you think of the game then, Ben? What's your thoughts?
He's pissed off, mate. That's the way he's gone.
Hello, hello, on the
fuming.
Wolves Southampton game. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, he's back.
Okay, I'll run
Recording
you
a
through it.
video, right? We're recording a video and he's just not here. What's going on?
It's poor for
Anyway,
him.
yeah, continue.
Okay, so Wolves are lacking a bit of cutting edge in front of goal. Southampton turning into a bit of a Leicester, bit of a counter-attacking side with pace going forward, exciting to watch. The old school Jamie Vardy Leicester. I think that will always work in the Prem, no matter what time of like the Prem is, mate. Like it's always going to work in the Prem, and that's why I
Yeah.
think Southampton are always going to do well because they've always got the pace going forward. They've got clinical attackers and a decent defence. However, they're obviously not got as much quality as Leicester did, so I don't think they're obviously not going to challenge for top four, tops, but they might be, in around seventh, eighth. I think that would be good for them. And Wolves, I think they just need another year or so to solidify. I think they've had a few players leave, and they don't look like they're
Bit of a shaky start they had.
a
didn't
bit
they?
like Man City. They're in transition. I think they're in transition.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
If they
see
can
that.
get top half, I think that's a decent season for them.
Do you see that that thing going a bit off topic? Do you see that thing that fans might be allowed back in?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
4,000 fans.
I think it might be. I think it's 2,000 for tier 2 areas.
That'd be big for teams like the smaller teams. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
West
the
Brom.
only
It doesn't make any sense though.
the only stadiums in tier 2 are Southampton and Brighton, and they're playing against each other.
It actually doesn't make any sense though. Like because you're telling me the Tottenham Stadium, right, which is 62,000 or something like that, can get the same amount of people in as I don't know what the lowest stadium in the English league or whatever. How is that reasonable when there's going to be so much more crowding in the other stadium than the Tottenham Stadium? Surely it should be relative to the capacity.
I know what you mean in terms of. I think because obviously Spurs and the big teams have more like seats, you can spread it out more. Whereas
Exactly, yeah.
a lower club, it's going to be, especially some of the away ends, like you're all crammed together. How are you meant to distance there?
Yeah.
I saw a thing that said they're not allowed to sing, drink, or shout. Well, what's the point in letting them back in then? There's no atmosphere then, is there? Literally. So pointless.
Well, in conclusion, we've made some good claims. Ben's made some
Big
shit
claims as well.
poor claims from Ben. I've obviously won today. I think that is fair to say. We'll have another preview out I think we'll have it on Thursday or Friday.
Something like that.
So yeah,
And then we go again.
Yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.
Oh.